We have expert quilters here, but we also have people that cut. They do nothing but cut bear ears or clip blankets, so everything in between.
And the one thing they all have in common is a commitment to bringing comfort to kids at the Children's Hospital.
We get a wish list from various departments at the hospital and every year, and we try to make as many things on that wish list for the hospital departments as possible.
Lots of blankets and quilts being made here today. And let's face it, when you're headed to the hospital, you're not thinking of packing your pajamas.
Exactly.
All the little kids and the big kids, they get these little robes in the hospital that, you know, their little butts are hanging out. And so we try to give them the little pajama bottoms or the boxer shorts so that they're a little bit more comfortable.
Some items will keep them warm, others organized.
We make bags for the diabetes department, so the kids that are having to learn how to use all the needles and how to test their blood, they get a little bag with a pocket that will hold their binder and their instructions and their lab equipment and that kind of thing.
Knitting is also needed for hundreds of slippers every year and for items such as these bereavement bags stitched with care for the stillborns at the hospital. The thought that any of these items are needed at all is a difficult one. But these ladies stay focused on the positive by turning repurposed blue jeans into blankets for teens or stuffing the pillows requested by the heart department for kids to hug and therefore protect their stitches.
It's just a nice sort of gesture for them to get a nice little pillow to take home with them. And they'll use it for in between the seatbelt in the car, and so it just protects their stitches. And it's just a nice little memento of their time at the hospital too, and, you know, helps with the healing, I always like to say.
Sew4Kids meets 3 times a year at St. Mary's Academy Sewing Lab after a few key organizers gather up all the donated fabric and ready the patterns and materials. It's a great way for volunteers such as Val McCartney, who herself is a retired home ec teacher, to put some great creative energy to use.
My kids and my nieces and nephews have now got enough of my things, so it's just kind of nice to be able to put my efforts into some stuff for the hospital for the kids that need it a little bit more.
These volunteers don't need to see firsthand where their handiwork is going to know that it's appreciated.
We hear stories back. One of the ladies here was just telling us she's seen some of the kids get the rag quilts and they like the fuzziness and they like to feel the softness against their face. And when we hear little stories back like that, it makes it all worthwhile.
And of course, there's the joy of working with other like-minded people, sharing their own stories between snips and stitches.
We have volunteers from all over the place that do things for different places, and you just need to find that volunteers get together and help each other out, so when another project needs help, they move on to the next one.
Not that the work here is ever really done.
You know, it's endless, but we just keep on going. We don't worry about the numbers. We just make as many as we can in the time we have.
This particular sewing bee will last for 2 days, but at the end of it, these ladies will be bringing home fabric and yarn to continue their work at home. If you're interested in getting involved, regardless of your skill set, you can contact the Children's Hospital Foundation or email the address on your screen. For Go Winnipeg, I'm Kim Kasher.